Okay, the story of Louis Vuitton watches to me started like 18 years ago when I met Michel Navas and Enrico Barbacini when they had just been taken in by Louis Vuitton, where their company was taken in. And what was interesting here was that at that time, they were getting to be kind of very, very well-known rock star independent watchmakers. They had been working for, or working with, very, very high-level brands, creating some extremely well-respected watches. And Louis Vuitton bought into them. And so I was sitting with them. They didn't have a place yet, right? We were sitting at a mansion in Geneva. And they were talking about what was good with this move, because I was asking, why do you as independent watchmakers want to go into something bigger? And what they said was, no, we want to grow. Right now, for us to grow, we'd have to do it in increments. Right now, with Louis Vuitton, we can grow in leaps and bounds, and that's what they did. They started creating some very, very intricate, flashy pieces, many of which won the GPHG awards. So they did a lot in that direction. But one of the things that they always said they liked was they liked simple watches. They liked working with three-hand watches. They designed and created the movement for this. This is the LFT023. It is a automatic micro rotor three-hand watch. So it's very, very clean, very, very simple, very, very well finished, which we'll get into in a while. But that's who they are. They were independent watchmakers. They were taken in under Louis Vuitton. And from there, this is just where they're going to expand. And that's been the direction that Louis Vuitton has decided they will take for the next few years. And they're going to do this in combination with the guys in La Fabrique du Temple, which is within LV, but they also have a connection now with some very, very well-known names like Gerald Genta and Daniel Roth. And what this is telling me is that we're going to start seeing some really interesting new pieces coming forward. And this is just the start. So what we like here is a level of detail that Louis Vuitton has brought to the watches, and that is courtesy of the watchmakers from La Fabrique du Temple. When you look at this really up close, you see all this detail, but when you go further away, basically you're just seeing texture and you're just seeing shape. And that's really, really nice, because what you've got like a multi-part dial. The inside of this one is texture. The texture is like what you would see, it's the texture of, like, let's say a Louis Vuitton bag. But you can't see it, so it just kind of has kind of a matte look to it. Then around it is another the outer dial, which is stamped and slightly indented and has a little bit of color to it. Then on that, as well as that, you have the indices, which are these tiny little gold ones, and then you've got the quarter, the 12, 3, 6, and 9 indices, which are kind of like, they look like the clasps on the trunks. So the end result of this is it's very, very clean. What we like about it more than anything else, to be honest, is the back. One of the things we like about this is the back. We like the level of finishing that they've done, and they've done it at so many levels. You've got the micro rotor here, which has what I think is triangular, and what they're telling me actually says LV, but I can't tell. And then you've got the circular graining behind it. Then you've got more of a satin finish on the bridges, and then you've got the beveling around it. And it's just very, very nice. There's another detail here, by the way, which is like the number of the watch will be embedded there in this separate thing. So you can kind of feel it. They say you can feel it. That will come down to how you put it on your wrist. In general, though, what this is, and this one is in kind of I thought it was white, but it's silver. This one is in a blue, and this one is in meteorite. It's Gibeon meteorite. So it's almost kind of one color like more than this one. But what we like about this is that it's a Louis Vuitton watch that is very clean and elegant and new. It's not flashy Louis Vuitton at all. You just got the name there in text, which you're not going to see from afar. You've got Paris, you've got Fabre and Suisse down there, but you can't see it at all. So this is just going to sit under a nice coat or on a nicer arm. And it's going to be very, very clean. And we like that because it's getting Louis Vuitton watches to a new level.